We bought the property in '66 and built this. I think the first session that was done in here was done in maybe May, and it was Bob Allen Trio from down at Christopher Inn.
About in '67 that they bought the house and built the studio back behind it from the, it was the model home of the neighborhood.
And at the time there wasn't like a Guitar Center or a Sam Ash you could just go to and buy, you know, whatever you needed. So a lot of the stuff, if he needed a remote headphone box, he just built a remote headphone box. If he needed a console, he just built a console, you know. And so that speaks to the ethic of this place in a lot of ways. So everything, or most things here, if you can build it, then you do build it. And then, you know, the eight channel universal audio tube pre's, and these were originally belonged to Wally Hyder, who did all the Grateful Dead stuff and did some of the Neil Young stuff and a lot of the Rolling Stones stuff. And legend has it that these did a whole lot of Grateful Dead recordings and also were at Altamont with the Stones.
Fortunately, a lot of the older gear, particularly the name gear, has held up well and has appreciated in value over the years. Like some of the old microphones. Our old original RCA microphones that we purchased for $50, $75 are now going for $1,000, $2,000 because there are no more of them. And people want that sound.
But the interesting thing about that room is the ceilings are like, you know, 25 feet high. And there are absorber diffusers hung at about the halfway mark. I'd say probably 18 feet, something like that. This studio was definitely built in a time when to be an engineer was to be a technician. But as far as recent records I've done here, we did the Times New Viking record that came out on Merge. And that record was a cool record. We did it in 2 15-hour sessions and a 16-hour session. And which was pretty intense. We did it all on 2-inch 16 track and then mixed it down to the Studer deck. So that record actually made it out the door 100% analog. We even did the sequencing with a razor blade. The Mount Carmel record that came out on Silt Breeze, both the Mount Carmel records that came out on Silt Breeze, and the Black Swans record that came out on Misra? Is that right? Anyways, the newest Black Swans record.
Bela came in, it had been about 92, maybe 93, with his Anyway Records. That was his label, and he started to press records, and that was about when the record presses were really shut down. Didn't have enough to keep them going, and he was really on the forefront of pressing the records for, New Bomb Turks, Guided by Voices, Jenny May.
This is what the black vinyl looks like. Colored vinyl comes in those bags, but the black comes in what's a Gaylord, which is, I assume, some sort of weird old English measurement. But it's a ton plus 50 pounds. It's roughly 4 of these is 107 inches is our real scientific.
Look, I think about 5% of our orders come from local. The rest of them come from all over the world. We even have orders out of South America, Australia, Japan, New Zealand, and of course Europe.
This is the oven we dry the labels out in. If you don't dry them out, here's a Cheater Slicks label. So if these didn't go into this oven for about 24 hours, the ink would actually stick to the die because it's under so much heat and so much pressure. And then when the die comes apart, it would just like rip that part of the label off.
Well, this is the device that's used to transfer the sound from however it's recorded, digitally, analog, whatever it may be, to the phonograph record, as you see.